A large number of people living with homelessness or struggling to make ends meet are also battling mental health issues. Downtown Emergency Service Center in Seattle provides safe housing and treatment for those living with serious mental illness or substance abuse addictions. Megan Mays from Downtown Emergency Service Center joins us now. Thanks for being here, Megan.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me.
So tell us exactly what you guys do in a nutshell.
Yeah, so DESC provides mental health services, housing, permanent supportive housing, and shelter. We are a licensed mental health treatment and substance use treatment disorder program. And the thing about all of our services, the reason they exist is because services of other services weren't meeting the needs of our clients.
Okay, you say that many of the people that you help exist on kind of the complicated side of the behavioral health spectrum. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, so that means most people who we help are living with serious and persistent mental health disorders such as schizophrenia, serious bipolar, serious depression. So we're not talking about people who can access healthcare in traditional settings because it often doesn't work for them to wait in line or to go into a doctor's office with a lot of people. So what we find is the best way to help them with those issues is to bring the care directly to them.
Oh, okay. Talk more about that, how that changes the whole experience for them, that you go to them as opposed to having them come to you.
Yeah, well, so if you've got somebody who is living unsheltered, for one, and doesn't have a calendar on their phone, they aren't going to be able to make it to an appointment 3 weeks from now across town. So we actually find that people are very hungry for healthcare and behavioral healthcare, but it works best if we bring those programs right into our shelters and our housing programs. So we partner with Neighbor Care, the VA, and Harborview Medical Center to bring those primary care services right into where our clients are and then integrate those services with the behavioral health care that we provide.
I guess it's probably true that those people dealing with that are more comfortable in their surroundings wherever they happen to be, and it's where they want to stay.
Exactly, exactly. So, sorry, anecdote.
Tell me about, as you don't necessarily put people in treatment facilities, you have a different model.
Right, well, we find that the idea of putting people in treatment is not something that actually works. Treatment works best when people have housing, and it works best when it's voluntary. It's something that they actually want. So by offering people housing, which is a service that they desperately need and want, and then once they accept that housing, surrounding them with a lot of other care that they can use to get well, that's a model that actually has real results.
Talk about the phrase integrated care, which you guys use all the time.
Yeah, we do. So integrated care means basically that their behavioral health care, their substance use health care, and their physical health care, and their housing services are actually, we're all talking about that. So everybody at DESC is talking with people in different programs, and we're also talking with our partners to make sure that that care is all working together for people. Because, I mean, it's hard for you and I to coordinate all of our doctors together,
sure.
Right? So if you've got somebody who is living outside and say dealing with schizophrenia, that's going to be even more difficult for them. So the care has to be really integrated.
We've been using the word home a lot on today's show, and that can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. It sounds like you allow someone to remain in their home, whatever that may be.
Yes, that's true. So we have permanent supportive housing, and that's because we don't believe that transitional housing is as helpful as making sure that somebody has a home that they can depend on, that they're going to be able to live in for forever. It's
such a complex issue, and then you toss in mental illness in the whole equation, it becomes a really difficult thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing the work you guys are doing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Try to counteract that. Talk about the people who can't speak up for themselves. How do you help those people?
Yeah, you know, that's a lot of our clients have trouble advocating for themselves, and so the people we actually really want to serve are the people who have kind of given up on asking for help. So once we get them into permanent supportive housing, we actually do a lot of outreach to make sure that we're meeting their needs even when they're not asking for that. We're really excited about our partnership with Primera, which is allowing us to really survey the healthcare needs of our clients and figure out what their primary healthcare needs are so that we can address those more proactively.
I'm sure that you would be glad if anyone would want to help out, but is there some kind of a specialized volunteer you're looking for?
No, I don't think it's a specialized volunteer. We have volunteers who come in and paint walls of our many facilities, cook meals for our residents, sort donated clothing and give clothing. So really, anybody who is interested in helping is welcome at DESC.
Can you give us a quick success story? You don't have to name this person by name if something that you remember that you tell people about.
Sure. So we had a lady who was living outdoors in South Lake Union, and she had a shopping cart, and this was for several years. We were outreaching her and trying to get her to accept housing. She loved to adopt pets and adopted like ducks and chickens and seagulls while she was outside. And then once she was in housing, she actually adopted a raccoon and let pigeons into her apartment.
That could be trouble.
That could be trouble, but I'll tell you what though, nobody else is going to provide housing for somebody who lets pigeons into their apartment.
Sure.
That's sort of the reality, but yet she doesn't deserve to live outside either.
Right.
So I think it's really important that there's somebody providing housing for the people who need it most and can't find it elsewhere.
Why do you do this?
Why do I do this?
Why does it hit you personally?
Because these are people who need a lot of help, and they're people who are often demonized or forgotten and often sort of disowned by society. And DESC is there to pick them up, make sure that they're safe and cared for. No matter where they are, no matter what they're living with, we're the agency, along with several others, that's going to really get them to their best life, whatever that means for them.
Megan, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You guys are doing great work.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. All right. We have just kind of scratched the surface of the work being done by a Downtown Emergency Service Center and its volunteers. Learn more at their website, desc.org. All right, we will be right back.